Hello, good afternoon. Beardo Bloggins here. Vlog, whatever it is. What are we on? We're on the 5th, Wednesday the 5th of February today. On the agenda for today is posting this big parcel. That thing down there. That's something else that I've sold on eBay. A couple of boxes of old Warhammer stuff. They seem to go for reasonably good prices. So yeah, got to post that. It's not as heavy as it looks. It was an awkward sized box, so I couldn't find a box that would fit it in. So it's mostly packaging and a couple of other boxes. So I've got to go to the post office for that, and then I did my food shop early this morning. I found that doing food shopping either like early in the morning, sort of like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, or late at night, sort of like after 8 p.m, seems to be the least stressful time to go. Just because it's less busy. There's fewer people just kind of standing there clogging up the aisles and being in the way generally. I know that kind of sounds a bit rude, but it's a stressful process already, food shopping, because it's overstimulating. There's lots of sounds and smells, and the lights are too bright and all that stuff, and fridges make weird noises and all that. So it's already a stressful situation, and then you sort of chuck in people having a social chat in the middle of the aisle in front of things that you want to get to. It can be a bit frustrating. Shopping's always a bit of an adventure, because I really should go in with a plan, but I don't. So I probably end up buying more rubbish than I should do. But yeah, I always probably go for the easy dopamine food. It's stuff that tastes good but isn't necessarily the best for you. So yeah, and stuff that's easy to cook. I like stuff that I don't have to do a lot of prep for, which is why I like doing stuff in a slow cooker, because all you have to do is stick everything in the slow cooker, and then you can forget about it for a couple of hours. So yeah, that's what I usually tend to go for. And then what else is on today? It's Wednesday, so I usually go to my aunt's on a Wednesday for German grammar lessons. We're doing different verbs at the moment, verbs and the different forms of verbs, because they've got things, different cases. I think it's called cases of verbs. So you've got like dative, accusative, genitive, and something else. Normative. I think that's the other one. So depending on which case the verb is, and whether or not it's masculine, feminine, nominative, neuter or plural, it kind of changes the form of the word and the verb. So it sort of changes the structure of the sentence a little bit. So we're kind of going through that at the moment. It's nothing too complicated, I think, at the moment. I seem to just about follow it. And then Dad's for dinner. Me and Dad cook together on a Wednesday evening. There's that. That pretty much sums up the day, really. I might add a few bits in later on. But yeah, I've got to go post this package and go out for a walk before I go off to do that. Do the rest of my stuff this afternoon. I'll check in a bit later. See you for now. Hello, me again. I wanted to try and give a bit more of a visual example of what I was trying to explain earlier when I was talking about normative, like all the cases for German verbs and stuff. So they have like nominative, which is when you're talking about the subject of a sentence. So, like for example, der Vater ist groß. So the subject is the father, der Vater. That's a nominative verb. No, nominative subject. And then you've got accusative, which is a direct object. So, try and think. In these examples, you've got der Vater putzt den Wagen. Yeah, and so try and think. Den Wagen, which is the car, that's the object. Direct object. So you've got der Vater, which is the subject again. Putzt, which is to clean, that's the verb, and then you've got den Wagen, which is the car, and that's the object. And then you've got die Mutter hält eine Blume, which I think is the mother picks or holds a flower. And then you've got und das Kind liest ein Buch, which is the child reads a book. So you've got different cases for accusative. And then you've got genitive, which is to show possession or an indefinitive time, and then with certain prepositions. And then dative is commonly used for like indirect objects. So that's like a thing that someone else has, I think. If that makes any kind of sense. So then this is how it changes in each case for the different words. So like for so you've got nominative, accusative, genitive, dative, and then you've got masculine, feminine, neuter, plural. And so that's depending on which case you're talking about, changes which version of the word the you're talking about. And then similar for indefinite article. Can't even speak English, let alone German at the minute. Similar case for the indefinite article, so as something or and something. And then you've got, the same for different things. So then it even changes like the ending of words, like that. we're sort of going through the different different grammars, different types of grammar at the moment, and then we've got, you know, verbs and whether or not you're talking. So this is like first person perspective, second familiar, third masculine, feminine, neuter, and then second person polite. It changes, you know, which word you're using in a sentence, if that makes any sense. And then you've got imperfect tense, present tense, and perfect tense. And then what else have we got? That's past participle. And then these are different verbs. So you've got, you know, abbiegen, to turn off, and yeah. So, and then we've got pronouns as well, just to, you know, an extra curveball to throw in there. So there again, you've got nominative, accusative, dative for I, you, he, she, it, them. So ish is I, do is you, is he, C is she, S is it, and C is they. And then you've got wir, ihr, sie, and sie. You've got, so that's we, trying to think, is that we, you, them, and them, if that makes sense, because you've got the informal them and the like formal polite them, if that makes any sense. I kind of struggle with it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I know that English is a silly language. You know, it kind of seems to make up the rules as it goes along, but German kind of baffles my brain a little bit sometimes, because of all the different rules that seem a little bit overkill, slightly. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn at the moment. Purely because I'm interested in learning the German. My grandmother came from Germany, and I kind of regret not learning German with her. So yeah, I've been learning German since about 2022. No, December 2021 is when I started my Duolingo learning. So yeah, so I just feel like having the extra lessons with someone who speaks it better than I do has been quite useful. And you know, having a second language is also always a useful skill. Yeah, and we're sort of there's a group, there's a family application for German citizenship, because I think they changed. I don't know when they changed the rules before, but previously I think there was certain restrictions on who could or couldn't apply for German citizenship. So they've changed it so that now, I think previously it was my mum's mum who was the German grandparent, and I think previously only my mum and her siblings could apply for German citizenship, but now they've changed it so that like me, my siblings, and cousins on my mum's side can apply. I can't think when they changed it, but I don't know if they changed it recently. They've certainly changed it since the whole Brexit debacle vote, because we looked it up when Brexit happened in 2016, and we couldn't apply then. So it's sometime between 2016 and like the last year or so. So I don't know. I don't know when exactly in that time period it changed, but yeah. So we're going for it as quite a few family members are going for it. So it'll be good to have that for various reasons. Which could be, I don't know. I don't know if that's a subject I want to touch on just yet, or if it's worth touching on. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how the German learning is going. But yeah, I wanted to give you a visual example of where I'm at with the German, and how try and give you a visual explanation of what I tried to explain verbally earlier, just in case anyone was confused by that. But yeah, back from the post office now, and just about to go out for my daily walk.